Hello and welcome back to my channel. So for today I am going to be doing this is taking place over 2 days. So it's taking place over Friday and Saturday. So Friday was the Lionsgate portal. Don't know too much about that to explain it to you, so I won't. But you can just go on TikTok, look it up, what it means. And basically I spent the day completing the first half of this video, completing like my full moon spell, just like getting ready for it. And then I also spent that day alchemizing what I wanted next year, exactly this date next year, to look like. So basically I started by writing in my journal, pretending I was future me, August 8th 2027, and just writing like what my morning looks like, what I was really focusing on, like how I was like feeling, where I was, what I was going to be doing that day, who was in my life, what my summer had looked like. Like I was just getting really descriptive. And yeah, so I think that's scripting, but I've never done it before like that. So I don't know, it was really interesting and fun, and I liked it, and I believe in it. So I would start off, if you want to do anything, by doing that. Just script a day in your life a year from now, a year from the day. Does that make sense? Yeah, just get really descriptive. I actually got this, it finally came in the mail. I'm so happy. It is the Witch's Knot, and it's a key for Hecate, or Hecate, I say both. But as you can see, Ethel Cain is on in the background. Her new album just dropped, and it has me speechless. I love all the old demos. Obviously I knew the old demos, but my favorite, I think, of the whole thing besides Dust Bowl is Tempest. I really like Tempest from the new songs that we've discovered. Tempest is really beautiful, and I like Willoughby's theme. hold my hand, stay with me. Willoughby's theme is literally Laura Palmer's theme mixed with Mike Flanagan, the creator of Hill House and Bly Manor and Midnight Mass. The score, like the composer that he gets to score his TV series, that type of sound, it's like there's a specific song that he has in Hill House and other ones, but it's like that and Laura Palmer's theme mixed together, and it's so good. I'm obsessed with it. Okay, so I first started by creating and mixing the herbs that I was going to dress the candle with. So out of my rose herbs that I bought, I have these 8 roses that I chose for the Lionsgate portal, August 8th. Now I'm crumbling them with my fingers. You can use a grinder for this if you don't want to get your hands dirty. I think it's more intentional when I do it like this. I usually do use my grinder, but I just didn't this time. I also need to get that bowl. I can't remember what it's called, but the bowl that you like mash them up in, because I think it's like more intentional that way as well. So yeah, I just like mashed them up in my hands, and then I started doing this spiral situation. I kept making a ring out of it and just doing a circle. Next, I'm going to be adding sea salt and Anastasia's Moonlight and Sage road opener oil to the mixture. So I'm starting with the sea salt, and sea salt again is just purifying, it's protective, it cleanses the space. And again, I did these circular motions and spiral with the salt as well. And as you're doing this, you can say intentions in your head. You don't have to do this or do the spirals. I just feel called to do it, and I don't know, it made sense in my head. And I like this plate as well because it's very spirally. The next thing that I do is I like to spray rose water on my ritual herbs. This just brings in a lot of love, it's just like a peaceful, kind energy. Now I'm grabbing from my leftover flowers. This is a flower from a bouquet that my sister had bought me, and I like adding her flowers from time to time, just because I feel like it brings in like kindness and love and her energy, and I love adding it to my ritual mixes. So that's what I'm adding right now. I'm just crumbling them up between my fingers, and I'm adding that to the mixture. And they're going everywhere. And also my incense is flying it at rapid speed. I wanted to keep these. I did set them aside. I didn't end up doing anything with them, but I hate like wasting, so I usually do add like everything to the mixture or something else. I find use for it. The next thing is the orchid. So this is my orchid plant, the petals that fall. So I just crumbled that in between my hands and I added that to the mixture. By next year, I will have more orchids and this orchid will be in full bloom. Looking at the mixture, it looks so beautiful. Like I haven't added rose petals in a long time, and I really liked the way it looked, like the pink and the red and the purple. It was really beautiful. Then I took my shooting star incense, and if you need an incense, definitely get shooting star. It smells so good. It's my favorite incense. I bought like a bundle of it. I just go in spirals and I set intentions and I cleanse the space, and it is backwards on camera. Like it looks like I'm going counterclockwise, but I am going clockwise. The next thing I am adding is finally the Moonlight and Sage Road Opener oil. Now I felt called to hit the top of the bottle 8 times, so I did that. You don't have to do that, but I just felt like doing it, and I just follow my instincts. How I'm going to add it is I'm going to add it in the infinity shape, also 8, also August 8th for the Lionsgate portal. I don't know, I love using symbols in my rituals. I love using runes as well, so I wanted to do this. Alright, and there is my pretty lady providing me with a crazy amount of incense. It literally stunk up my room. The next day my room was just straight of the incense. But that's the finished product. And then I realized that my water ward was down, so I had to refurbish her, reset her. So I actually added 8 shells this time, and if you want a video on that, I suggest going and watching my video before this, which is my altar reset video, and you can learn how to make your own water ward. The next thing I did was again right in my Book of Shadows, everything I did, every ingredient I used, every little side thing, every little thing that I felt called to do. I just feel like I need to write that down so when I can go back and look and see how it came true, I can repeat those steps. And I'm showing off my Witch is Not key again that I'm so in love with, and I'm leaving her on my altar to charge and be enchanted. And I also got this choker that I am obsessed with. It's like a rosary style choker. So now I have candles, and I'm kind of like deciding what candles to use. I always, at the end of the day, try to use black and white for protective and like yin and yang. So I just ended up going with that. Now this is me the next day, where I'm going to be dressing the candle. So I made the herbs the day before on the Lionsgate portal, and now this is the full moon officially, and I'm freaking out because they are Twin Peaks candles. Okay, so I decided that I'm going to leave the black candle alone because it is a bleeding candle, and I was just gonna dress the white one. So first you need your oil. You can use any oil. This is literally just like leftover face oil that I do not use. So I use this in my rituals. Now I usually put 3 dots. If you need more oil, I do it again, like 3 more dots, and then I just rub it all in. I saw this funny TikTok, and I think about it every time now when I'm dressing my candles, that someone was like, when you're a beginner witch and you have to dress your candle and you don't know what that means, and they were like, had like little dollhouse clothes and they were putting it on the candle, and I think it's so funny. The next thing I'm doing is, this is something that I usually do. I love carving runes into the candle. So I am focused on this specific rune, which I'll show here. It represents everything that I am calling in. And I also wrote it, I put it on my altar on a bay leaf, and I also put it on a sticky note and put it on my mirror so I see it every day. But yeah, so I just carved it in. I don't know if you can see it very well. Now we begin dressing the candles. So I just pick up the herbs and I put them on there. I was like freaking out because it looked so pretty. Because I hadn't used roses in a while. I've always been using jasmine and like silver nip. Yeah, and like obviously like sometimes the herbs are not gonna stick, like, or the the mixture is not gonna stick. Just get as much as you can on. That's what I do. Just like trying to cover every inch of the candle. You can definitely take time doing this. I'm just so impatient. Now I'm also doing a spiral circle because I've finished, and I'm going to have a circle of a ring of herbs around it. Now I'm just putting it at the base. Also, I will say, candles scare me a little bit. Fire magic scares me a little bit. Be very careful. Don't leave the candle unattended, and watch with the herbs, because sometimes the candles will get caught on the herbs and literally like the flame will be very crazy and scary. Now I'm showing off my herbs on my hands. I love when the herbs are all over my hands and I look so crazy. Now I'm going to be lighting my candle. And this is just my cute matchbox with the taller matches, which I love. Now I am lighting it like this to get a cool thumbnail. And she is ready. Now I try to let her burn all day, and sometimes it's hard. Sometimes I'll just like speak to my altar and be like, I need to put you out to go to sleep for my safety reasons. I will relight you in the morning. But yeah, I try to just let it light every day. I also noticed that it looked slanted, so I got a little scared, and I was like, maybe I should burn the bottom to put it in place. Actually, I think I didn't do that. I think I did it for the black one. So now the bleeding candle. Yeah, so it wasn't sticking. I didn't realize that at first, but I tried to light it, and then it started bleeding already. I'm having some trouble lighting them. And then this is when I was noticing that it is not staying upright, so I just burned a little bit of the bottom and put it into place, and it fit perfect. And then I lit it again. Yeah, and then I just light these all day, and my ritual, my full moon ritual, is complete. I hope you guys have a great full moon. If you feel called to do this, please comment what yours looks like. Yeah, I'm so excited. I love doing full moon rituals. I love doing new moon rituals. This is kind of something that I do every new moon or every full moon, and I've gotten in the habit of doing it since February. But yeah, this has been my video. Thank you so much for watching, and until next time, this is the finished product. They look so beautiful, so gorgeous. But yeah, let me know in the comments if you end up doing a little ritual for the full moon.